Hi everyone, and once again you're welcome to my channel. In today's video I'll be teaching you how to make your hip pad using a shoulder pad. Now shoulder pad is sold in the market usually for people who sew suits. So let's quickly make this video. But before we get started, I'd like you to like, share, comment, subscribe so YouTube can recommend my video to other viewers. It helps my channel grow, it helps me do better. For this tutorial you'll be needing your shoulder pad, of course your scissors, your hemming gum, your needle and thread, and also your skin tight. So let's get started. Now with this shoulder pad, it has two colors. We have it in white and also in black. You can get any one you want, but for each side you need 5 pieces of it. So this side I'm putting together will make up one side of my hip pad. Now after putting it together, I'll put one on top of it, but later we'll see that in the video. So let's continue with the video. So I'll place it together like so, and then I'll put this other one on this other side like so, and then I'll go ahead and join it together. But before that, let's trim out all these excess flappy ends it has. You have to trim all of it out before you continue. Now note that this tutorial or this particular type of hip pad only works for people who have hip dip. Yes, it does not cover your butt. It only works for your hip. So if you have hip dip or you just want to extend your hip a little bit, this is right for you. So after that is done, I'm just going to go ahead and mark 1 inch at the edge here, and also mark in 1 inch at the other edge. This is me trying to just trim out the edges so it gives me that curve that my hip deserves. So once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and connect it properly. So I'll make sure I create that shape that I want. If you do not trim out this part, be rest assured that your hip pad will not come out the way it's supposed to. So what I'll go ahead to do now is just to cut it out. It's very simple. I'll trim it out like so. From this end, I'll stop here, and then I'll also trim out the upper part like so. So just watch carefully what I'm doing. I want to say again that this only works for your hip pad. Your hip pad, for those who have hip dip, possibly you want to, or your client wants an extension on their hip just a little bit. It doesn't work for the butt, it only works for the hip. And if you want it to be thicker or bigger, you can go ahead and make 3 of it, or double or triple it, but what I'm using is double of it. So I've gone ahead to do that, and I did it for all the other 12 pieces that I had. Sorry, 11 pieces, 10 pieces, sorry, that I have. And then once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and place it side by side, and I'll show you how I'm going to attach it. So this is 2 sides facing each other. I'll place this other one on top of it like so. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. I'll place it on top of it like so. And then the goal is just to go and attach it on my sewing machine. So this is it. Once that is done, I'll put this face up like so. I'll place the other one on top of it, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine and join it together. This is a very simple process. It's not difficult. You don't need a lot of trimmings, but it only works for your hip. If you have deep hip, if you also have a mannequin that you're finding it difficult to wear plus size dresses on it, you can do this and then put it on your mannequin so you can display your plus size dresses on it. It works perfectly. So this is me joining it together. It's a very simple process. It's not hectic. It's just very simple. Just follow the process and sew it, and then the result will come out just the way you see it. Now, hip pads are sold in the market. I want to say it once again. Go to shops who sell male tailoring materials, usually for people who set suit lining and suit materials. This hip pad, shoulder pad, is what they use to pad the suit shoulder. So you get it in the market for people who sell suit materials. So this is it. Once you're done, this is what it looks like. The shape is already coming out, but you need other few steps to be able to achieve it. So once this is done, you want to go ahead and join the 2 sides together. Now there are 2 steps to doing this process. The first one is you either take your hemming gum and then fill in this space inside and then press it. Now if you're the type that does not like much stress, or you don't just want to do the ironing thing, you can just put your hemming gum inside for now, then top stitch it. If you can iron it, fine. If you cannot iron it, just top stitch the sides. But for me, I'm going to put the hemming gum inside. I'll iron it later, that's if I have to. And then I'm also going to top stitch the sides, but this process is just for you to hold the sides together, nothing more, nothing less. So just go ahead and stitch it all round. Yes, all round. But if you're ironing, make sure you're very careful, it will burn your hand. So just go ahead and top stitch it, stitch all round it. This is just to secure the two pieces together. Now if you're trying to, or if you're using 3 pieces of the shoulder pad, what I mean now is that instead of these two on top of each other, you're placing 3 because you want the hip to be bigger or thicker. You can also do the same process for it. It's just simple, it's the same thing, just that you have a bit bigger hip and you don't want it to be too obvious that your client is wearing a hip or something. So I just think 2 is okay. 2 is fair enough. So this is me repeating the same process for the other side. I also want to make it very clear again that this process only works for your hip, particularly for people who have hip dip. Now hip dip is the side of your hip that goes inside. This helps correct that part when you're putting a dress, when you want to slay or you want to wear a dress or you just want to look curvy, this works perfectly. But it does not include your butt padding. It only works for your hip. So once this is done, this is the result. This is what I have. It's very simple. I'll repeat the same process for the other side. Now once I'm done repeating the same process, I'll show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like, 2 of them looking the same. Now you can see it's looking very fine. The next thing we want to go ahead and do, we want to correct the hip dip. So you don't want that place to be so deep and falling inside. So you're going to pick one side of the shoulder pad, place it in the middle of the one you have sewn, and then you're going to use your needle and thread and then attach it. You can also use your hemming gum and your pressing iron to join this together, but I prefer sewing it so I'll be sure it's intact and it's together. So the process is very simple. Just make sure you're sewing it or attaching it to it. Now I'm very careful because the needle could poke your hand, so just make sure you're very careful with this part. And then I'll go ahead and attach it. It's a very simple process. This is in less than 30 minutes you're supposed to be done with this. So I'll sew it together like this. Once I'm done sewing, I'll go ahead and trim off the edges of the pad. I don't want it showing outside or the other side of it. So I'm done sewing, and then I'll go ahead and trim this excess that is wants to poke out. So this is me trimming it out. It's very simple. Just go ahead and trim it out. Make sure everything is remaining within the pad. It's not extending to the left or to the right outside. So the next thing to do is just to cut out your thread and make sure you secure it properly. This is a very simple process. Just secure it properly the normal way you secure your thread. And then once that is done, we'll go ahead and repeat the same process for the other side. Remember, we are doing the same thing for both sides, so there's no need showing all the processes all together. So I'll do the same thing for this other side and then I'll show you. So this is it. I've done the same thing for the other side. Now the next step is, if you want to cover up this whole the whole thing, you want it to look neat, you can use your hairstay and then use your pressing iron to cover it up like so. In fact, I recommend you doing that, most especially if you're doing it for a client. You do that. If you're doing it for a client on a tight, it's recommended that you do that. But if you're doing it for a client in a dress, like you're putting it in a gown or in a pants that has a lining, it's not necessary. But if you're doing it on a tight for a client, it's very necessary and important that you cover up that place. It's very simple. Just cover it up with your hairstay by ironing the hairstay on those rough edges. You can iron it all around. It's okay. You can iron it only on the part that looks rough. It's still fine. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and attach it to my tight because I'm doing it particularly for my mannequin. And I could also use it if I want to, but yes, that is that for that. So I just went ahead to mark 3 inches away from my waistline of my tight, from the waistline of my tight, and then I'm going to go ahead and attach it like you see me doing. So it's a very simple process. Just make sure you identify the sides of your tight and then go ahead and attach it all the way. Now you can attach it just one place, up and down. It's going to sit fine. but I like to secure my sewing so I'll be sure it won't be shaking or it won't move anywhere else. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch it all the way down on my tight. Now once I'm done doing that, I'll go ahead and repeat the same process for the other side. Is the same thing. So I'm going to sew it from beginning then to the end, and then I'll do the same thing for the other side, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So go ahead and replicate this process. Go ahead and do the same thing and tell me what your result looks like. This is a very simple process and it's very easy to make. So my final result is out and this is what it looks like. Very fine. So please like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification button so that YouTube can recommend my video to other viewers. Bye. See you in my next video.